Hello, my dear subscribers. I'm Maria the Clairvoyant. I'm going to be doing a monthly reading for the sign of Pisces. And this monthly reading, so is starting like in the middle of the month. However, I don't really get into the middle because I was away. And I apologize for being away, but your signs are here. Hopefully, you guys are going to be able to get all your videos up, okay? So I did have like 8 videos before, and I'm doing the last 4. Thank you for your patience. For those that have been here on my channel for the first time, I also do live readings. If you have a question when I go live, okay, in English and Spanish, so make sure that you have the question legit, meaning please don't make me look twice or 3 times. That's killing me. Okay, so if I continue with that, wasting my time on people that cannot put their first name, last name, and birthday, I won't be able to continue on. Okay, so with those readings, so I will, if you pay a super chat, then the reading is guaranteed. I do the readings again. If you pay a super chat in Spanish and English, you have an emergency question, just go ahead and put the question there. And also, if you're a member, I will read you, and even if I'm doing it in Spanish and you speak English, I will read you, okay? So remember my instructions, first name, last name, and birthday. So now I'm gonna do Pisces, and we'll see how you're doing. I'm gonna clean up the cards a little bit. I didn't get a chance to clean them, and so take away any negative energy around them, and we'll see what's going on. Pisces, let me get another way to make sure that these cards are mixed correctly, so I could get positives and negatives. Okay, some people likes positive, some people likes don't likes negative, whatever it is. So we'll see what I do now. Another one just in case, and we'll see what happens. So Pisces, I hope you're doing well. Within the Leo, some of you Leo started already, so we'll see. So how you feeling? I'm doing the Celtic Cross. You had the 4 of Swords. So this card came in for a few people. Some of you need to take vacation. I feel it's time for you to go somewhere and just relax, or just don't go nowhere and just stay home and sleep. The next card that you have is the 9 of Wands. Okay, let me just shuffle this a little bit more. That's the way I mix my cards. The crowning, it will be, the crowning energy is the 5 of Swords, arguments, the Ace of Cups in reversed. Okay, so no feelings, no emotions, tired, fighting. Okay, that's what I'm feeling for you guys. Behind you, you have the Empress in reverse. If you're a mom, you're tired of being a mom, probably. Not that you're tired of your children, but probably you're doing all this by yourself, and your body is like telling you relax. Okay, Pisces. In front of you, you have the 7 of Wands. Like sometimes you feel you're by yourself, fighting all this, doing all these errands, doing all this work, and you're all alone doing all this. Next card that you have is the World in reverse. The Moon. Let's see. You got a lot of reverses. Let me switch these cards around and see what happens. Okay. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I have no idea. The next card that you have is the Death in reverse. Wow. A lot of reversals, whatever the situation is. The 6 of Cups in reverse. And let me take a card from the top, but you never do. Wow, you had the Emperor. So the bottom of the card is the 4 of Coins. So some of you, you're coming in with the 4 of Coins. To me, some of you are protecting yourself, your heart, your feelings, your emotions, your finances, everything that means protecting. Okay, if in this case you're not protecting your finances, You're definitely protecting your heart, okay? um you know, sometimes we know that our finances are not the greatest, then we just leave it alone, but then we protect our heart. So this is telling me that you're you probably, and this is also saying like you have the ability, if you're afraid of going whatever you're going through right now, you have the ability to give to yourself, to provide for yourself. Like you don't need someone to give you anything. You don't need to ask for someone to help you pay the bills, but you are strong enough and you're enough to have the resources and the security that you need to move on, to have the you know, to have the finances that you need. Okay, you're coming in with the Four of Swords. So this is telling me that some of you need to relax, meditate, it's time to sleep. If you see this person, maybe if you need to go on a vacation, like I said to you, and if you meditate, maybe you need to go to journeys, okay, spiritual journeys. And maybe that's what some of you are doing. If you were to see this person is sleeping, but is not really on the floor, is actually sleeping on the air. See, this is the Nine of Wands. This is you, or whoever is crossing you. You can be dealing with a fire sign. You have a lot of fire energy. The Emperor represents Aries. So Pisces, if you're dealing with a Aries person, you know, either you are tired of this relationship, or they are tired of the relationship, or both of you are in a situation when you're like, you can no longer go on. You're really tired of what you know, the situation you guys, maybe you could be fighting, maybe it's just in you know, maybe you just have so many challenges that you have over here, or this is with actually this card represents challenges, but you have the strength to overcome these challenges because you have the strength, you have the courage. So maybe you, okay, because this is your crossing card, this is you, maybe you have challenges, maybe there's this person that you're dealing with, this Aries energy here that you're dealing with, and you like no longer can move on. You have the moons here, that could be the sign of a Scorpio. um so really you are like, this person is could be challenging you here. With the Ace of Cups in reverse, is like this person is not providing for you, and maybe that's the reason why you also holding on to your money. Some people realize, well, my husband is not bringing his check home, so uh I'm gonna hold on to my money. I'm not gonna share it with anybody. When the Ace of Cups is in reverse, it's like either your partner's being selfish, or you're being selfish. You're just not sharing because or maybe this is the reason because of the unhappiness, because this person is not helping you financially, or he's not giving you the love that you need, and so you're like protecting your heart because this person is not giving you the love that you want. And here it says you have the Five of Swords, so this could be arguments going on, okay, fighting about everything. You have the Five of Swords is about fighting. Either you're fighting with yourself of issues that you need to fix, or you're fighting with others. Maybe, you know, you guys have a lot of arguments, okay, and this is you like fighting, you know, anxiety. You having some anxiety, some loss going on, some arguments going on, and you know, you feel defeated, and then you might be like you losing things, and that's the reason why you are protecting whatever it is that you, the little bit that you have. Let's say this person, if you're the woman and the man is not providing for you, or if you're the man and the woman is going out there and spending this money, you know, you're going to try to save that money, or whoever partner, I don't care about sexes. So you're out there, so because with the Empress in reverse, this person don't really care about what you think. This is not nothing new for some of you. Usually the Empress is like, let me see if this card has it. No, this one, in this card, it represents a pregnancy. Maybe your partner got pregnant from another man, or you pregnated somebody, you know, those are the scenarios that can be happening. And if this is not a pregnancy, I always bring the pregnancy because you never know. But if this is not a pregnancy, that means that, either you or your partner has become lazy. This person is being materialistic, and infidelity also coming on, promiscuous. So if either you or your partner, whoever it was that was promiscuous, and this is the past, is creating the situation that you're tired about it, you need to have the strength to move on, because right now you're in a term. I feel that some of you are in a hot pot, like I will say it that way. You're in a hot tub. This is all boiling. You're at this point, you guys not even listening to each other. That's what I'm hearing. You guys are not listening to each other. And look at this with the Seven of Wands. It's like if he's about to attack you, or the person, your partner, is ready to attack you, you're ready to fight. You're like, okay, bring it on. So this situation like this is like, you don't want to deal with it like that. You don't want to be and this is your future. Like, things are not going to change. If you're thinking that you're going to have things much better, I'm sorry, but I feel that it's not going to happen. Okay, so I feel that in this case, you need to grab the stick, stay strong with what you believe in, and if anyone comes to you with anything, you tell them this is how it is, and you stay strong. Okay, look at this energy. The 7 and the 9, they're very similar. One is getting the strength, and this one is making sure, listen, you're gonna argue, we're gonna argue. If we're gonna compete, if we're gonna argue, this is what I had to say, and that's it. Like, you're not bending yourself for anything or anyone. See, in this one, he said little bending down, but you gotta get to the point that you're not gonna bend down and say no. Look at this. Here is the moon card is a lot of lies and deceptions that happen. That's been happening. It's continuing to happen. If you haven't find out, you will find out this month. If your man is cheating on you, or your partner, with whoever it is that you're with, is cheating on you, you're gonna find out tonight. You're gonna find out tomorrow night. You're gonna get the truth sooner or later. Okay, this person, and there's two cards are telling you that somebody's being promiscuous, somebody's cheating. Okay, somebody false accusations. So the truth is gonna come out. Maybe he's saying a false accusation, but it's not really false accusation. This is how you feel. Maybe he's accusing you, you're the one that doing something, but in actuality the other person is. And what they do is come and blame you that you're the one doing the wrong thing. This is yourself in your house situation. You had the death. Again, some of you are gonna end this relationship. This is an ending. An ending is gonna be the death is a rebirth. So some of you are gonna say enough is enough. I don't want to deal with this. It's time for us to move on. Okay? So here in the hopes and fear, I feel that there is children involved. And what happens with children are involved, the situation is not easy to leave. It's easy for someone that has no children to grab their bag and leave. But when there is children involved, there is more to it. That's why you need to say, because you have to feed these 2 little ones, 3 little ones, or how many children? You have 1 little child. So you need to become the emperor. If you're dealing with an Aries, okay, maybe he is the one, maybe this is your hope and fears and what will come. So maybe you need to become the emperor, even if you have to become like the other person. Okay, as strong, get the strength from somewhere. So you need to provide for these children. So you need to put yourself in a line and say, I am the one, the provider. I'm the one that needs to help this household. I'm the one that has to work on these things. And that's why you're doing what you're doing. And if you have to fight, you're going to have to fight, and you will conquer. Okay? So I'm going to, this is very straightforward. I'm sorry, Pisces, that I'm not saying more, because it's like the story is like right up there. Okay? So let me clarify this. Okay, let me clarify this. And the next, I'm gonna clarify that you have the Ace of Cups in reverse. Aries, don't I get this? Some of you that I'm reading for, you guys are dealing with the Emperor. Okay, this person is the one that's not giving you the love. And if it's not an Aries sign, it could be any fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, any of you Pisces that are dealing with a fire sign, that connection is very clear that this man is just thinking about himself. He's saying, this is what I want to do for me. I can provide for myself and I don't have to give you anything. And that's what he's doing, okay? He's not giving you the love or the affection, and he's just going along, or she, okay? So the next card that I'm going to clarify is the Empress in reverse. You have a major arcana here. Boom. 3 situation. You've been waiting. You probably were the type of woman or type of man that were waiting for your partner to come home, like, you know, with your children, waiting and waiting and waiting. You were patiently waiting for him or her, okay? And, you know, and this person was the workaholic, the one that's providing and this and that. Maybe she makes more money than you nowadays. That's happening. And look at this. Let me clarify another one with the Emperor. Look at this. You get the 8 of Wands, and didn't you get the, no, you got the 9 of Wands. So this person, okay, sooner or later, he's gonna leave. Okay, he's leaving. You have the 7 of Wands here. You have the 7 is moving energy. If he decides that he wants to move and leave, he's going to. Okay, if this is your partner, either you're moving or he's moving. One of you is gonna take their crap and they're gonna leave. The next card that I want to clarify is the Moon card. I feel there is children involved. Okay, this is children here, and in the Moon card it's like lies going on here. This could also mean that this person that you're with, your fire energy, this Aries person, might be the Emperor. It might be with a younger person. Okay, good, bingo. This person been dealing with two, you and your other part and the other person. Okay, so this person is probably dealing with that situation, like has you as the one that has the children, and the other one is the person that the lover. Let me see the 6 of Cups in reverse and representing the children. Let's see. Okay, I got 2 cards. Let's see. Again, the 9 of Wands here and the 9 of Wands here. It's like you had to take control of the situation. You have another card here, so I'm going to take it. And it has to do a lot with financial issues. This person that you're with, okay, Pisces. This person with the 9, you're like competing with him. Like, this is, you need to take the courage to have a negotiation about this situation if you decide to move, because this is a combat situation and you need to say, this is what I want. You got to take advantage of the position. This is you taking the courage, the strength to say, no, you're not going to take what's for me and my children. You're going to provide for me as well as you're providing for this other woman. Some men can afford, or women can afford to have a lover, and they can easily give that person pay an apartment, pay them their bills, pay them the house, because they have the money for it. Okay, and I feel that some of this situation that's going on here, it has to do with money, with finances. This isn't a relationship part, okay? But I'm gonna give you the job situation too, just in case, for some of you that need a work situation. But again, it's 2 things. This the main thing about this card, and this is a major arcana, so I'm taking, see, this man can afford you and can afford the other person. So this is telling me that the most important messages here is that you had to take the courage to confront this person, your partner, to give you whatever it is. Look at this. Maybe it's that the other person is a earth sign. Maybe this person is a Taurus. Maybe this person is Capricorn. It doesn't matter. But the point is a lot of money issues involved. And the other card that was repetitive was the Emperor. So some of you might be dealing with the where's the Emperor here, with the Aries, okay, specifically with the Aries, but it could be any other fire sign. A lot of fire here, okay. So whoever you're dealing with, you need to stand up for your grounds and become the independent woman that you can be. And that's the reason you're coming in, holding on to those coins, because, or men, and make sure they don't take away what's yours, okay. In a job situation, it could be, I'm going to tell you, in the job situation, this card was here, this card is over here, this card is over here, okay, and these ones are over here. In a job situation, you're tired of this job situation where you need to stand up for your rights, because look at, you're in the past, you was waiting for probably a job opportunity for your money to come in. All of a sudden, what happened was, it was other people and they want to choose somebody else over you. You need to speak up to let them know that this is your position, and probably they gave it to somebody else, or you know, and somebody probably took away that position because they lied about you. Sometimes what happens is that a supervisor might have preferences over somebody else, and the other somebody else will get the job instead of you, okay. And now probably you are in a between that you want to decide which job to take because you fall for it, okay. Some of you are going to fight for that job situation, and some of you are going to fight for it. You're probably going to go to human resources. You're probably going to talk to the bigger boss and say, well, this is what I was doing and this is what I deserve. So now he might be into, maybe that's the reason why you get the Emperor here, into which one is the person that qualifies for that job. Okay, so now you put your, what you could do up there, and now you need to decide what is it that you need to do. Or the boss is going to decide who should get paid that raise, that promotion, or the job situation, okay. So let me clarify, I clarified it. Take these cards away, and I'm going to put these cards on this side, and let's see what happens. So I'm going to give you a healing card to see what's the message for the healing cards. I'm using the animal Drew Tarot, and see what message is coming in for you for your healing. What is it that you need to do for your healing part, okay? So let's see what animal you get. You got the eagle. Let's see how this, and believe me, these cards that are here are gonna be connected to this one. This is the way I do my readings. For those that don't know how I do my readings, believe me, I will get a connection on everything. I always do, and you'll see. If this is the first time you come into my channel, this is the way I do my reading. The main important thing, the keywords for this card is intelligence, renewal, and courage. And didn't I said that this card represents courage, and is a confirmation of the courage that came out in here. Okay, let me see, where is the other one? The Empress. This was courage. This is another one that is similar to, is courage too, but this is like a stand up for your grounds, a stand up for yourself. Where is it? Let's see, let me see. The card that is courage, right here. Strength, courage is almost the same words. The Lord helps you see your life in the wider context, enabling you to make decisions and chart your goals with clarity and objectivity. The eagle is a powerful ally. It is courageous and strong, drawing its power from the sun. If you will allow the eagle to work for you, it will bring you a sense of purpose and the courage to see through, enabling you to venture into fresh territory with confidence. It will allow you to detach yourself from everyday worries and cares, and will enable you to grasp subtle concepts. The eagle, when absected, will also show you how to renew and rejuvenate yourself by demonstrating the art of plugging at just the right moment into the lake of the heart. So remember, it will bring you the sense of purpose and the courage to see this through, enabling you to venture into fresh territory with confidence. So if you decide to move on, you're going to be confident to, and it also tells you the eagle makes you see this big picture. You see how high the eagle is, so he can see all the houses, all the mountains, the river. The eagle, you're going to be able to see things from the top, and you're not going to micro see things. You're going to macro see things. You're going to see things out. You're going to see like the whole picture. You're not just going to see, and like, let's say this is a tree. You're not just going to see this little branch here. You're going to be able to see the whole branch, because you're going to see it from the top. You're going to be able to see each side and which way you're going to go. So this is the eagle. I hope you understand this messages, and if you don't, it's okay. This is your healing card. You always repeat the video as many times as you need, because what's going to happen is it's going to help you understand the message. Understand it. Play it again until something is going to go through your head. It's going to say bingo. And so the next card that you get is your finances, and a lot of your issues were with finances. You get the 11, the Ark of Covenant. Okay, so let's see. I'm using the Akashic Tarot to give you the message. Card number 11. Okay, the Ark of the Covenant. Okay, this card is telling you, and if you see the card, it's two men sitting in the like talking. At the most mundane level, this card represents a beneficial legal contract or a title transfer. It also can show successfully working with professionals such as brokers and lawyers. More often indicates that you're living the truth to your own karmic contract. Lessons of growth, working to work greater discoveries and bringing your unique contribution to the world. Your karma does not rule you, you rule it. When the work becomes too great, taking a rest doesn't break with your covenant. It supports it. You understand the phases of time and energy, and you work within those phases. Some of your karmic directives and at the same time may involve other people. It also makes sure that there is no urgency to a personal agenda in play. Don't let yourself get pulled into emotional drama. Know that the things that require your attention now reflect a commitment that has far-reaching influences that may impact your present as well as your future lives. So continue to work toward your highest purpose. To uphold the sacred covenant, you have to touch the world with your light. So in that case, for this card with the covenant, I feel, okay, let me see, card number 11, I will say you're going to renew yourself, the death card. Even though the death card is card number 13, it doesn't matter. To me, I think that it's going to be a new beginning. Okay, you got to change. This is about karmic situations. Like, you got to leave your karma. You have to change things. You got to learn from it. Okay, I'm going to give you a passage that says, another thing, the Akashic Force says, close your eyes and imagine the Ark of the Covenant opening before you within. You see the contract that contains your highest purpose. What is that purpose? Sense one word and one action you can take today to pursue it. So what is your purpose? And it says your karma doesn't rule you, you rule it. When the work becomes too great, taking a rest doesn't break you with covenant. It supports it. Another card that I could say that is also working in this card is the Four of Swords, which is you getting supported. This also tells you you're supported by the angels. You're supported maybe you had to do lucid dreams, okay? Maybe you need to rethink about what you're doing now, and maybe you just need to rest. But you're resting with the Four of Swords. This is telling you it's time to meditate, okay? It could be a good night's sleep. This is your busy life. You need to like just rest. Meditation, take time to recuperate and recharge. So you need to recharge to understand what is your next steps that you're going to do and see the big picture, okay? And finally, what's the most important message that you need to do for this time of your reading for the next for the rest of the summer? Think about this card for the next 21 days at least, okay? These cards can take more than that. It could just started already last year. Some situation had already started and you still continue to you know, having hopes, and you have a jumping card. Let's see what card this is. Unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. So listen to this. And this card is from the Sacred Travelers Oracle. So I did this Sacred Travelers because I feel that some of you might decide to go somewhere and take a trip. So I wanted to know how, you know, these cards will be good for the summer, and hopefully I do it next year. And I think that is being great for each reading almost towards the end. And I feel that these cards were excellent for each of you. Unknown territory. You're exactly where you need to be. Okay? And this card is telling you, do what feels right, even if your brain doesn't agree. Your heart always knows. Instead of dismay because you are in unknown territory, celebrate that you are expanding and growing by leaps and bounds. The Sacred Travelers want you to know, sometimes the traveler feels lost, a lack of confidence or sense of being in unknown territory. It can seem that others know more or are more qualified. However, it can be this very feeling of not knowing. The owls want to step outside the bounds of convention and reach beyond the pyramids of self that have been imposed by family and friends, society, and religion. It can be a very good thing. It can help you find yourself. Cherish those moments of not knowing. It's often during those times that your greatest revelations occur. Trust that all is well. You are where you should be. So if you're afraid, and you know what it is, that's sometimes we're afraid to take that step, okay? And remember, it says also, sometimes you feel you're not qualified. Maybe in your job you are qualified. You don't know which way to go. It's like not knowing the unknown. Let's see if there's another card that's resonating with this card. This one I will say will be one of the cards, the one with the Three of Wands, because you're waiting and you're waiting for something to happen and you don't know what's